Form and fun. I'm eventually gonna get that. I'm just realizing.
You got it last time.
Well, I did get it last time.
Yeah.
Well, that ship sailed today. But we are gonna go over. I'm bringing the form.
Yep.
And you're bringing the tip.
For fun.
Yes. And we're heading into fall, so I feel like a lot of what we're doing around this is like just making sure that one, what you're doing is like efficient and effective, but that also, you know, as a change in season, you know, like you're able to tackle whatever kind of gets thrown at you. Right. So I was gonna
Let's do your form.
Yeah.
What are we
so
doing?
we do these in class a lot. We do push-ups a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's worth showing a bunch of different ways to do them, and this way everyone gets the most out of it.
I'm really glad you're doing this because my mom recently asked me to do a video on push-ups, so this is perfect.
Yeah, and I feel like we all, I don't know, even recently, I feel like I've been wanting to do things I always want to do them correctly, but I've been like fine with going to the bar to make sure that I really am doing it right and can do even more. So, Jim, come on down. Hands underneath your shoulders. I'm just like, Tricia's just gonna watch. Your stomach is engaged, you're gonna pull in, you're gonna relax your shoulders back. Now, we were actually talking about this before we got on, but to do a full push-up correctly is hard.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to work up to it and you are on your toes, just, simply like going into it slightly and then bringing it back up is actually so much better than going down and then being like, and like not being able to get yourself up.
Or like putting it in your like head, your neck.
Your head and neck.
You know what I mean? Or like making like a lot of what happens is you'll collapse.
Yes.
Your chest collapse and it'll get too much in your shoulder blades.
Yeah, and also I think sometimes I see this, and I'm just gonna turn slightly so, but people will want to get closer to the ground, so they kind of like go like that.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want. You want to be in one straight line. Right. So hands underneath your shoulders, stomach pulled in. To start easing your way into being in this, like just practice this. Like go down a little bit, and then come back up. And then if you're doing the full extension, you're going all the way down and all the way up. Perfect. Now, if that's too much, or you just want to make sure you want to do more, drop down to your knees. So something I see sometimes in class is people start getting tired and they start going like this, and you don't want to do that. You want to have one straight line just like you do if you're up on your toes. Okay? So straight down, should come this way now. Move back and forth, and you're just going to go all the way down and back up, and you can do more and more on your knees.
Often when I'm in class, I will stop. I'll drop to my knees. Like I'll be able to do a few, and then if it's getting too much, then I'll drop to my knees. Whenever you realize that your form's
you're starting to slip, or you feel like you're getting tired, but you feel like you can still do more, you can drop down to your knees. The other thing is to go to the bar, and so you can do this exactly at the bar, so I'll actually do it here, but you want to, again, be in one straight line, and hands underneath your shoulders, and you're just going to go fluid motion, down and up, okay? Now, we were saying this, if you go to the bar, oftentimes you get more out of it than you even would if you're on your knees or if you're on your toes, because you have that angle and it's a little bit less pressure, but you really feel it.
Oh yeah.
So I tell people like, do that, and I think they don't realize that sometimes they think it's a cop-out. It's the opposite. In fact, sometimes you'll get even more out of it because you're doing it correctly.
I think always going back to the importance of that gradual progression.
Yes.
As long as you are trying one, if you've been at the bar for a long time and you think, okay, maybe I'm going to try. Let me try one on the ground.
Yeah.
Try one and then you can head back. Once you realize that your form's not great, then move back.
Yeah, and I had a client recently. She was doing a lot of push-ups on the bar, and did exactly that. Then she started feeling more because she started building up her strength, and then now she does a couple on the ground, and then she goes, I'm like, yes. And otherwise, she's like, I never was able to do a push-up on the ground. Yeah. So really, just as long as your form is correct, then that's so much more important. And don't ever hesitate to go to the bar, to drop down to your knees correctly so that you can do more and so you're doing it properly.
Yeah. One more thing I want to add, because I feel like this is a big one too. A lot of people, when they're doing push-ups, like one of the biggest mistakes is their elbows will be flared out to the sides. And when you do it like that, when you take it out, it's a lot of pressure in your shoulders. Yeah. And so instead, when we're focusing on your chest muscles and your core and everything like that. So you want your elbows to go back 45 degrees. And if you take them back, when you do 45 degrees, then it's going to target your chest.
Yeah.
If you want to target more of your backs of your arms, then you take straight back.
I love a good tricep push-up.
They're hard.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're doing tricep push-up, go to the bar, you get your knees. Also, if we did push-ups, let's say we did chest push-ups, right? Regular push-ups. Now we're doing tricep push-ups. If that's too much, grab some weights and send it back. Like, again, proper form you can get so much more out of than doing it incorrectly and trying to do more reps.
I love it.
Yeah, says the person who I know is crazy, but I'm able to slow things down sometimes. Someone just said, "Do you ever chill?" And I said, "I don't know if that word's necessarily my vocabulary."
You can do a flex.
I love a good flex.
Yeah,
I do.
Are you ready for the tip?
Yes.
So fall's coming, and I was initially going to bring something to do with fall, but I'm gonna mix it up and just because I heard something on the way here and I thought it was just really interesting, and I don't know, I just loved it.
Yeah.
So the phrase is, "Don't believe everything you think."
I think it's, yes.
You think it's great?
I think it's great, but
no, but the whole
well, you said it, so I didn't actually think about it myself.
The whole premise of don't believe everything you think. So many of us have these emotions and we wrap, something happens to us in our lives and we put all these different spins on it, oftentimes negative spin, and then we're in our head thinking all these things and they're not necessarily reality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this example again.
It's probably me.
No, it's not you. So my husband, say he put his clothes on the floor. Okay. Not saying it happened this morning, but say he had his clothes on the floor and I came across them. Instead of thinking, he threw his clothes on the floor, he doesn't care about my time, he's, doing this to make me mad or whatever, just acknowledging that, oh, the clothes are on the floor, this is what's happening, versus getting caught up
in the whole everything else around it. Yes.
Right, spiraling
and in your thoughts. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, like just being aware that you do that.
Yes. Yeah, and I think there's like examples. I feel like that happens often.
Yeah.
But just in general, like especially from our perspective, being a fitness studio, the number of times I hear people say like, I don't have time, or there's so much going on, or like I don't look like whoever, and it's like, well, first of all, we all are different and we all are busy and life is crazy, but we know that, which is why we actually created this place and this space and the platform to be able to make sure you take care of you no matter what, so I think sometimes we automatically go into it like, I can't, and you can. And so I think that saying that, like, don't believe all of those thoughts, like, I think sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that we start thinking these negative thoughts and then we start believing them.
Right. And being aware that it happens, and even kind of being aware of your triggers, like what's going to trigger you to have those negative thoughts and feelings.
Yes.
Kind of diving into why am I feeling this way? Am I scared? Am I intimidated? And what steps could I take to maybe overcome that?
Yes, yeah. And it is so true, because I feel like I get the zero chill, but I even get like, we were busy this weekend, and like I feel like I'm behind on like work, whatever. But yesterday I took like instead of just being like, oh my god, I'm so behind, I literally just like set myself aside and I was like, I'm gonna get this and this done, and I went to bed feeling just so much better.
Yeah.
But instead of being like, I gotta get this done, okay, well I was like, no, I'm gonna get this and this, and then if I get this done, I'm gonna feel accomplished. It's not everything I wanted to get done.
Right.
And
but it's a win.
Yes. Yeah. Otherwise coming into Monday being like, I'm so behind.
Right.
So I think I love that phrase, and I think we all need to listen to that. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Adam, don't leave your clothes on the floor. Otherwise, she will think other things. Example is just so good.
I know. I'm like, that did not happen this morning.
You're like, that definitely happened, and I'm annoyed by it, so I'm gonna say it. Yeah. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody.
Yes.
We have an awesome weekend. It's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So it's a long weekend, and whether you're here or away, or wherever you are, we're excited to take classes with you.
Yes. get excited for September. Lots of things happening.
Yes. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.